Hey again guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Walt, more also known as Dan Wilson. Back over here in the garage again. And thought I'd do a little follow-up video to the brute air compressor repair I've been working on the last few days. And those of you guys have been kind of following along with the repair on this thing here. And I got her all put back together again. And here in just a minute, we're going to do what I call Repair Judgment Day. So we plug it in. And we're going to find out if it's going to work right or not. So there she is. There's the old brute compressor. I got the new pressure switch on there a day or two ago. There it is. And pressure gauge is back on. Everything hooked back up. Got the little cord hooked up there, ready to go. So here in just a little while, we're going to plug her in. As you can see right now. I don't know if you got. I don't have a good camera angle on that, but that's okay. Pressure gauges are on 0 psi, and I'm hoping to see an improvement in that here in just a couple minutes. Before we delve into that, you guys who watch my channel on a regular basis know I'm always harping on workshop safety. I'm very radical about that because I never want to see a person get hurt or have any kind of injury working with power tools and various equipment. And I thought I'd talk to you guys just for a couple minutes about some very important workshop safety habits. So one of the most important things we need to always make sure we have in the shop is a good pair of safety glasses like I have right here. These are OSHA approved. And they're very strong. So anytime we're working around power tools, air compressors, whatever type of equipment, we want to always make sure we have our eye protection on. And in some cases, depending on, like if I'm doing some grinding on metal or whatever, a lot of times safety glasses alone are not quite enough because a lot of times particles just fly out all over the place. So in some cases I use a full face shield like you can see right here. Don't mean to start looking like Darth Vader or something here. But very important to have one of these on hand. It's also very strong. It's basically plexiglass here in the front. This will keep any particles, or a lot of times I'm working with different types of chemicals and solvents and different things, and I never want to take a chance on having an eye injury or something splash into my face. So we just slip this on. It's got an adjustable band on the back here. You guys probably know this already. If you don't, I just want to show you. You can adjust this about any size. We just want to slip that on. Pull her down like this. I know it's going to muffle my voice a little bit, so I'm going to sound a little funky here for a little while. And just tighten up a little bit. And of course, when we're done with whatever we're working on, have a closer look. We can just swing it up out of the way like that. So, just a little pointer. Have a good face shield like that. So like I said, especially around chemicals and various type of solvents or whatever, just want to make sure your face is protected. So it's good to have one of those. Also, when we're sometimes working around very loud equipment, my air compressor is kind of noisy, but it's not super loud. So, but other stuff I work with can really cause a lot of noise. Another very important thing to have on hand is a good pair of hearing protectors. Some folks prefer the little what do you call them, earplug deals. I don't like those for myself because they're just kind of uncomfortable. But I like this type here. They're almost like a pair of headphones, you know. Just slip these on like this. They just go right over both ears like that. Fully adjustable headband. You can snug it up whatever feels comfortable. And this way, if we're operating some noisy equipment, it's going to protect our hearing. So, always good to have a pair of these on hand. Actually, I have two pairs of these. Once in a while, I might have a helper here. I don't have any employees at my shop here. But once in a while, I may have a friend over to help with something. So, I like to have more than one pair of these in case somebody else might need to borrow those. Also, another extremely important item to have on hand is a fire extinguisher. That's what I have right here. This is not a real large one, but for my shop it's fully adequate. And this type here, sorry to clear my throat so much, I have a bad cough here lately. In springtime my allergies are like driving me nuts. I'm always sneezing a lot. Anyway, enough about that. This is what's called an ABC type fire extinguisher. If you make this up there at the bottom, I'll try to show you that. This type fire extinguisher here is great to have in any workshop, even in your home, or I carry one like this in my vehicle as well. Great thing to have on hand just in case there's an accidental fire breakout. Sometimes I'm running a torch in here. For example, I had to heat some parts up and different things, and just in case we have an accidental fire, great to have one of these on hand. This will put out just about any fire within seconds. What the ABC part of it is about, this is good for paper, wood fires, or basically any solid combustibles right here. Also, if there's a liquid type fire, such as gasoline or something else, I use some, like, various times for my paint jobs, I'm using lacquer thinner, sometimes acetone or naphtha. It's also flammable liquids. So in case something goes wrong, it's all good for liquid fire. Also, will also work for electrical type fires. Thank God I've never had one of those in my shop. I hope to never have. But in case it happens, this is also suited for that type of fire. Of course, you can see we've got a gauge on the top right here. It's going to show you the condition of the fire extinguisher. You can see a little green arc on there. That means it's fully charged. Most of these types here, I need to check into this with some of the local suppliers of these extinguishers. I'm thinking this type here is not refillable. These are basically disposable types. So that's what the gauge is on there for. It's going to show you the condition of the fire extinguisher. As long as that little needle's up in the green arc up in here, it's good to go. This one's almost new. It's never been used, so we're in good condition on that. So there's my fire extinguisher. As I said, I keep one of these in my shop, one in my office building as well, and I keep one in my vehicle in case I have a vehicle fire sometime. God forbid, you know, hope not. So you need to have one of these on hand at all times. Also, guys, don't forget your first aid kit. What I have here, I just grabbed one of these out of my van. I actually carry two of these, and I don't go anywhere without a first aid kit. In years past, I was a trained first responder. I actually still am. I'm just not doing as much of that at this point in life. But always make sure you got a good first aid kit. This is just a really small one right here. I'm going to eventually get a larger one for my shop and whatever. But give you guys a quick look in here. I know it's hard to show this stuff on camera. I'm trying. Here's just some gauze, different things. That's what they call an ABD pad. This is basically a sterile pad for a cut type injury. Got several of those in there. Of course, an abundance of band-aids. I've got some cotton swabs in here. I've got some tape for, you know, wrapping up bandages, whatever. Also, numerous sterile pads. These are like alcohol pads. Or that wasn't. That was a mistake. That's something else there. The alcohol pads are, well, they're in here somewhere. Here's one, I think. Yeah, there we go. Alcohol sterile pad there for cleaning up any type of wounds or injuries. And right here, roll of gauze. This kit here comes with a small pair of scissors like that for cutting the gauze and tape and different things. So, like I said, this is just a little small first aid kit. I carry two of these in my vehicle at all times during my more active construction years. I shared with you guys before, I was a licensed electrician for, well, still am for that matter, but I've been a licensed electrician for like almost 30 years now. I've worked in all phases of construction, including concrete, framing, roofing. I did drywall painting, like all kinds of stuff. But as I said before, anytime I work around power tools a lot and various types of equipment, not try to scare you guys at all. Don't be afraid to use your tools. Just got to be safe with it. Make sure you got your safety gear on, but keep a first aid kit on hand at all times. You never know when something may go wrong. So you got to be prepared. Well, anyway, guys, there's a little something about workshop safety. As I keep saying, anytime you work around a lot of different tools and equipment, you need to make sure you got your safety gear on hand, your fire extinguisher, first aid kit, so on and so forth. Just don't be afraid to use your tools. The biggest cause of injury in most cases for some folks is because they're timid about the tool and they're kind of scared of it. And so if you get overly nervous and tense or whatever, sometimes it'll cause you to slip, maybe have a little accident. So a good thing to do is just get to know your tool. Whether you're using a power saw, sawzall, a drill press, or what the heck ever. Get familiar with the tool, understand it, be sure and read your owner's manuals. Absolutely. But get to know the tool, be it a saw, be it a table saw maybe, or just whatever the heck you're using. And the better you get to know your tool, the more comfortable you're going to be with using it, and just use some caution. Like I mentioned before, I've got a really good miter saw that I have used for years and years and years, and I've never had an accident with it. I still got all my fingers. See that? They're all still attached. I tell you folks, I've been running miter saws, table saws, just a wide variety of tools for a lot of years. Never lost a finger, Never had an eye put out or anything because I'm careful and cautious with everything I'm doing. I want you guys to do the same thing. As I always say, that blade on a saw does not know the difference between your finger, another part of your body, than a piece of wood or a piece of steel, whatever you're cutting. So just use some common sense. Keep your fingers out of the blades, guys. Don't get hurt, but don't be scared of your tools. Now, as I said before, this video is about what I call Repair Judgment Day. I go through this every time I pull off a repair, be it on an engine, be it on a what the heck ever, in this case an air compressor, until it's all completed, all put back together again. I don't even know if it's going to work right or not. But we're going to find out together with this Brute air compressor here in just a minute. I got all the parts back on a day or two ago. I'll show you guys again right down here. I got to adjust the camera a little bit. Pressure gauges are on 0. Here comes the big moment. We're going to plug the cord in and turn the compressor on. Hopefully. Okay, cord is plugged in the wall outlet. Back over to here, we have an on-off switch. Guys, wish me luck on this one. We're just going to try this out. Make sure this baby's going to start and run. It may be just a little bit noisy, but here we go. Compressor is running. All right, guys, it started right up. Right now, my camera battery is going down on me a little bit. I'll resume this video as soon as I can. I'm going to show you guys what I ended up here with the old compressor. Let me shut her back off again just for a minute. And thank you guys for checking out the video. Again, I'm Walt, more also known as Dan Wilson. Thanks for tuning in, and I will check back in with you guys on the next video. Take care and God bless. See you later.